Thank you, Abby. And over in Bluefield, West Virginia, radio enthusiasts are putting their skills to the test in an emergency simulation. Members of the East River Amateur Radio Club held a field day earlier today. Their members tuned their equipment to speak with other amateurs around the world. Using their own electricity from batteries and generators, they did this to simulate an emergency situation and test themselves and their abilities and skills in this hobby. One organizer we spoke with says that they held this event to expose the public to the hobby, hoping to entice more people to join their ranks.
If you're into computers, there's a heavy computer side of it. If you like just playing radios, there's also the ability to learn to make radios or make antennas. You know, there's so much to the hobby.
Now, Lester adds that if anyone is interested in learning more about the hobby, you can head over to their Facebook page or attend one of their meetings. We are going to be posting more information on our website, WVVA.com. And with that,